for my 100-day project, I've decided that I would draw and print every day for 100 days, not just with my dominant hand, but with my non-dominant hand, and then compare them as I go. After almost a week, I can see where my non-dominant hand is building strength. After 100 days, maybe I will confidently be able to say I'm ambidextrous.
Well, and that'll do interesting things to your brain, because it's new patterns, it's new what's the word?
Pathways.
Neural pathways. Of course, neuroplasticity is important for an aging brain, like our ancient fairy and elf brains.
You're working on your 100-day project of writing.
I am. I'm carrying on with my second novel and enjoying it. I've done, where I'm at, 6,000 words, I think it is, in a week. So
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, the observation I had, I mean, I've been making little observations all along. I'm also uploading to TikTok. Possible to create work or to move forward in a piece of work without being inspired. It's a matter of showing up and silencing that inner voice. And I always call it plugging in, but letting whatever it is flow through you and writing or drawing or whatever without judgment, and then see what you've got. And the funny thing is that stuff just shows up, stuff that I wouldn't have thought of, that I couldn't have planned until I actually started to write. However, that said, when you start something like a 100-day project, it still needs to be fun, because the danger is, for me anyway, being a bit of a driven elf, is that I want to keep going. Either spend more time than I really have, to the exclusion of other things that should be done, around the house, etc. Or also, so you're putting out a fair lot of energy, mental energy, and so when you push yourself, getting overtired and overwhelmed is a real possibility. And when that happens, it's not fun anymore. And so to sort of kick oneself and say, oh, but I got to do my 100-day project. Okay, well, 5 minutes then, 5 minutes, and that's it. But then some days it's okay to say, take a break, and then come back to it when you're fresh, to sometimes quieting those voices. Sometimes getting into the writing is exactly what you need to quiet whatever irritating thing is going on in your life. And other times you just need a nap.
So in other words, you're saying that you're not going to do the 100-day project consecutively.
Well, it's 100 days. I mean, I'm not sure that whoever it was that first conceived the whole idea, did it have to be consecutive days? Or is it 100 days? However long it takes. And so, yeah, the intent is to do every day, but quite frankly, life intervenes, and to kick myself because I fell off the wagon and didn't do it for 2 days because Thanksgiving happened, and I needed to go grocery shopping, and I needed to do this, and I needed to do that, and some of my family needed some attention, and all of those things. Okay, most days the priority will be the 100-day project, but you got to be real sometimes.
Well, I think it also gets to that idea of compulsion versus enjoyment, and like you said, fun. So to reboot, and to reboot means to change the routine. You hop off the wagon, you're afraid of trying to get back on.
That's those silencing those little saboteur voices. I mean, it's that we all struggle with. It's kind of like New Year's resolutions. How badly do you want to do something? And that circles right around to the fun. We all at New Year's decide we're going to, you fill in the blank with the thing we're going to fix about ourselves or take on. How many of us consider, I'm going to have fun doing that. That's not what New Year's resolutions are usually about. And you know what? That's what they should be about. There should be, okay, I'm going to lose weight. I don't smoke, but quit smoking. I'm going to whatever, limit whatever. And this is how I'm going to make it fun.
Right.
It's that, but we don't do that to ourselves. And yet
No.
that's the connection I'm making in the creativity. It needs to be fun, or you won't stick with it. And
well, it's interesting because
why bother?
Well, then you're almost suggesting that fun will squash saboteur.
Some saboteurs, yeah, depends on the saboteur, but some fun will lead you back to, because we're all looking for a dopamine hit, right? So if you build that into it and take the pressure off. I mean, there are the saboteurs that speak up, that say, no, this is more important. No, what you're doing is frivolous. No, who are you to be doing stuff like this? Those saboteurs might object to the fun. You have to be prepared to say, no, this is important for me, and I mean, it takes some, Shirzad Chamine calls it self-command muscle. So it's developing the ability to realize when you've got a saboteur pattern running, that we all have these things. But to be able to be aware of your thinking enough that you can step back and go, okay, no. Just because, this is not necessarily true. This is making me feel bad. This is supposed to be a rule for my life, but it isn't necessarily true. I choose something differently.